Hey, welcome back to the channel, Bookworms and Constant Readers. So this video is a little bit different. I've had friends and family ask, why don't I do more videos like this video is going to be? And I thought about it, and I think in order to maybe grow this channel, I'm going to have to, because when I'm reading really big books like I am now, Stephen King's Under the Dome, it takes a while to get through it with school and everything. Right now I'm on I think it's like 850 pages, and it's like an 1100 page book, so I still have a ways to go. And it's been, I think this is the 4th week since I made a video. So I really need something to fill that time. And this really all depends on interaction between you, the viewer, and what friends and family offer up. Now I will say, because they do watch these videos, friends and family, it's kind of a sore subject with me, because they watch the videos, and my watch time on my channel analytics reflects that, but for whatever reason they won't subscribe. They always have some kind of lame excuse on why they won't subscribe. So it's kind of a sore subject. It's like, you know, you watch all my videos, you want to give input and everything, but you don't subscribe. So that really doesn't help the channel if you watch the videos but you don't subscribe. So this is going to be something new. I've thought of a couple different names for this series, maybe like Between the Pages, Off the Books, I don't know, All About Chelsea. If you have any ideas, comment below on what's your idea for this. This is going to be for people out there that want to know more about me. Ask me any kind of questions you want. It doesn't have to be about books. And I will take the time to answer them. In this video, I'm going to answer 2 questions. One is from a person who asked me a question on Goodreads, and one is a question I got from a classmate at school. The Goodreads question, they want to remain anonymous, but they are a subscriber. I checked on that. They just don't want me to give them a shout out in the video. I'm totally fine with that. So ask me anything you want. If it's too personal, or if it's rude, or I don't think it's appropriate for the channel, I won't address it. As far as channel news goes, we do have 2 new subscribers. We're up to 27 now. And I've said it before, I don't think this channel is going to get very big. I don't do things that other big booktubers do. I read what I want to read, and I don't listen to audiobooks. I actually read the physical book, and I'm not going to change that just to get numbers. I don't think this channel will ever be monetized. It gets pretty good watch hours for as small as it is, but nowhere near the subscribers that I need. So 2 questions I'm going to answer. First is the Goodreads. If you're wondering how to follow me on Goodreads, if you go to the channel page, the link to my Goodreads page is right there. Here lately, I've only been putting books on Goodreads that I put on the channel, because that's all I've had time to read. In the past, everything I read was on book reads, and you would get stuff that really doesn't fit in with the channel, but that might change once I'm finished with school. I might just talk about everything on this channel. And the reviews are quite similar, what I put on video and what I put on there. There's a little differences. I don't script anything. I don't have any notes except for videos like this. So the question is, this is from Goodreads. Why don't you do reviews on bad books? I've seen other booktubers do this, but I've never seen it on your channel. So the reason that I don't do bad reviews is it's not something that I want to see. When I see those thumbnails or titles of those other booktubers complaining about books, their DNFs, stuff like that, I don't even watch them, because I don't care that you didn't like the book. I don't want to hear somebody complain for 10 to 20 minutes about books. My whole purpose of doing this channel was talk about books and get people interested in books and reading more books. And it might be entertaining to hear complaints about bad books, but I don't see it growing this channel. I don't see a purpose for it. My purpose is to get you to read books and to become excited about books. And so every book I put on here is going to be a 3 out of 5. The books that, and I do read some bad books, but you won't see like a 1 out of 5 or a 2 out of 5. Because I don't look at it as worth my time telling you that this book sucked. It just doesn't have a purpose. I'm not a negative person. I don't have a lot of negativity in my life. I don't have a lot of drama in my life. I just don't have time for that nonsense. And I don't think it's something you as a viewer want to watch, 10 to 20 minutes of me complaining about a book. Now, I may tell you about parts of a book I didn't like, or like parts of the book were boring, but overall, as a whole, the books I put on this channel will be 3 to 5 stars. And they're books that I think like you should check out. I don't want to tell you about books that you should avoid, because I don't want to make reading seem like such a downer. But I have read some bad books. Don't get me wrong. The next question is from a classmate. And she asked me, what books can I expect to be on your channel or not on your channel? So the answer to that question is, this channel is focused mainly on horror, science fiction, thriller, like crime, mystery type novels, a little bit of fantasy, and a little bit of everything else. I don't know if you'll ever see like romance novels on this channel. That's just something I've never read, never been into. You won't see like any children's books. Just too old for that. I don't know if there is any children's books that I think would be like worth mentioning. Maybe a classic or something like, and I don't know if you consider it a children's book, but I mean it's definitely for like everyone and family friendly. Is like Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol or something like that. And that is something that might show up on the channel whenever I decide to start like a classic book series. There's a lot of stuff that hasn't made the channel yet just because I haven't had time to read it. I have a huge TBR list, hundreds of books. So there's plenty of stuff coming to the channel. It just takes time. But mainly the focus of this channel is, horror novels. I love horror stories. I love horror movies. They're super good. They're entertaining. I also like thrillers and mysteries. And when I say like thrillers, I'm talking about stuff like Jason Bourne, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, stuff like that. The Gray Man, Tom Clancy, stuff like Dan Brown, and I do read fantasy. I don't do a lot of fantasy because, like I've said before on the channel, like those authors are so long-winded and the books are so long, and it's usually like a 5+ book series, and I don't want to dedicate like that much time to reading that big of a series. Now, with that being said, sci-fi does the same thing. Like I have started the I can't even think of the name of the series now. The Expanse series. I've read Leviathan Wakes, and I still have like, I think it's 9 books, 10 books to go to finish the story. That's when I need to get on. But books like the Dresden Files, those are cool because they all kind of tie together, but they tell different stories. That doesn't bother me as much as like the last book I reviewed with Brian Lee Durfee's The Forgetting Moon. That's a 3-book series. When all said and done, it's like 3,000 pages. And, to find out what happens, you have to read all 3 books. But other authors are like long-winded. Like Stephen King right now, Under the Dome is like, the paperback is like 1,100 pages. So I'm not against reading big books. It's just, I'm thinking more of stories like The Wheel of Time, Malazan, these big, huge, 10, 12, 13, book, series that tells this whole story. Those are on my reading list, though. I do plan on reading both of those series. I just don't know when they'll hit the channel. Another good one is like Song of Ice and Fire. Those books are massive books, and there's like 6 of them out, and the story's not even done. I don't even think George R.R. Martin is ever going to finish that. He says that the newest one is like 3/4 of the way done, but he started writing these back in the 90s, and he's still not done. So, and he says he's not going to allow anybody else to finish it. So we may never see how that story ends. But like Brandon Sanderson, his new Stormlight Archives, it's supposed to be 10 books long, and there's like 4 out now, and each book has been longer than the last. So I don't do a lot of fantasy on the channel just because of the length of the books. I could read so many more books in the time it takes me to read this one. Like the current book, Under the Dome by Stephen King, I'm over 800 pages into it. That's 2 to 3 books from, other authors that I could have read, and I'm still on this one book. Not to give anything away for the review, it's totally worth it because this book is freaking awesome. But yeah, the only thing I can say that there is another one. So I don't think you'll ever see romance on the channel, and I don't know if I will ever put anything political on the channel. And when I say political, I'm talking about the new book by Jamie Raskins. I forget the name of it, but it's about January 6th. One of my goals is to get a book on every president. I might do those, but even that, like, some of the presidents become like super controversial, and when it comes to politics, like, everybody is so opinionated, and I just I don't want that kind of drama and that kind of nonsense on my channel. It's hard enough, being trans and having to deal with that nonsense. Yeah, let me know what you think this series will be called. I'll start a playlist and put it in there. And when it's taken me a while to read books like Under the Dome, if I've gotten questions from you guys, I'll put them on here and let you know a little bit more about me, about the channel. Like I said, ask me anything. You can ask in the comments section below on any of my videos, not just this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, try and get the channel growing. You can ask me questions on Goodreads. Just go to my channel's main page and you'll see a little link to it. Take you right to my Goodreads page. I have a bunch of reviews on books up there as well. Right now, that's pretty much like the only way I think to contact me. I keep social media and stuff pretty private. A few of you have found me on Instagram. If you do find me on Instagram, be sure when you send a friend request to let me know that you are a subscriber to the channel, and I will approve it. If you don't put some kind of note or some way of me knowing, and I don't know you, more than likely I won't approve it. I have to keep, because of personal reasons, I have to keep my social media pretty locked down and be really careful about like what I do on there. That's all I have for you in this video. I hope you liked this video, the questions. The person who asked the question, if you're watching, thank you for asking it. If you have any more questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. Like I said, I'm thinking maybe in between the pages or off the books. I don't know. What do you think should be the name of this series? Comment below. Hit the like button. If you didn't like this video, hit the dislike button. Subscribe, bell button, all that stuff. Hopefully in the next week or so, I'll be done with under the dome, and we will be talking about it. So until then, read more books and ask those questions.